Hello children. So let's come back to our mathematics class. In the previous classes, we were doing about the square root. Yes, we studied the definition of square root, and we also have found the square root of some expressions or terms. And we also seen the two different methods for finding square root. One was by factorization method and one was by division method. So what are the two different types of finding the square root? That is, what are the two different ways of finding square root? One is by factorization method and one is by division method. So already we have taken these points in the previous class itself. So do not write this point. This is just a small recap of what we have done in our previous class. So today we are going to just continue with our exercise 3.7. We have completed question number 1 and we have done the first two subparts from that, yes, and I have given you sum number 3 as homework. That is, from question number 1 I gave you the third subpart as homework, and from question number 2 I have told you to complete the first and the third one. So now we are going to continue with the second subpart. So take down your classwork, write down today's date, write down the question. Find the square root of the following. Copy the second subpart. The first and third subpart was already given for homework. So we are not going to go for that. We are just going to continue from the second sum. So take down second sum. 9x square minus 24xy plus 30xz minus 40yz plus 25z square plus 16y square. Exercise 3.7, question number 2, subpart 2. It's 9x square. Copy the question properly, insert the signs properly, plus 30xz minus 40yz plus 25z square plus 16y square. So we are being given with the expansion. So we have a polynomial over here. Yes, what's the polynomial given to you? 9x square minus 24xy plus 30xz minus 40yz plus 25z square plus 16y square. So this is the expansion of one identity. So we are going to find out what identity we have to use over here. So let's see, we have done some more identity. We have seen about 24 or 25 identities in our class 9. So you are just going to recall. I have already told you to write all the identities. So you have a list of all the identities with you. Yes, children? Yes. So just we are going to recollect and we are going to find out what is the correct identity to be applied over here. So before we apply the identity, let's modify this expression. So now, so 9x square, here the square part goes to x itself. See, be careful with the question. This is not 9x the whole square. It is only for x square. That is only for x. The square belongs only to x. So now what I am going to do is, we are going to write the whole term as a square. So how are we going to change? So this is equal to, so 3 can be written as, that is 9 can be written as 3 square. So this is 3x the whole square. See children? So how you are writing 9x square? It's been written as 3x the whole square. So the square goes for x, the square goes for 3. So what's the answer you will be getting? As 9x square. So we are converting 9x square as 3x the whole square. Here I am using the bracket. Using of bracket is very, very important over here. Okay, coming to the next part. So do not change all this thing, just keep this as it is. So try to collect all the square terms first. I'm going to take now 16y square. So how are you going to write this? As 4y the whole square. The sum is not complete. We are just doing some adjustments over here. So just go with the adjustment first. So 9x square is been written as 3x the whole square. 16y square is written as 4y the whole square. 4 4s are 16 y square. Coming for the z part. Plus 5z the whole square. See here, it's 5 5s are 25. Z the whole square is z square. So we have arranged the three terms, but still it's not complete. We have to do some more adjustments. So just wait for the adjustment. Okay, coming to the next part. See here. Now we'll take xy term. Okay, first xy, then yz, then xz. So see these terms carefully, children. In xy term, so when I take the xy term, we have the sign here minus, yes. When we take the yz term, we have the main sign as minus, and when we take the xz term, we have the sign plus. So now what we can see from this, so what are we going to see from here is, when we have a y term, see here, when we have a y term, we have a negative sign. When we have a y term, we have a negative sign. Here the y term is missing, so we have a positive sign. So what is our guesses? The y must be negative. So you are going to insert here minus 4y. See, the value doesn't changes. 4y the whole square is equal to 16y square, and minus 4y the whole square again is 16y square. 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Minus 4 into minus 4 is also 16. Minus minus turns to be positive, or minus minus is plus. So 4y square is also 16y square, and minus 4y the whole square is also equal to 16y square. So how we are converting now? So we have adjusted the first three terms. So 9x square was written as 3x the whole square. 16y square can be written as minus 4y the whole square. So I have told you why we are inserting here minus sign. Yes. See the remaining terms here. So it's minus, minus. So and 3, 1 was plus. So this terms which we are dealing with y has a negative sign, and the term without a y term is positive. So we are just including minus for the y term. So we get minus 4y the whole square. And from 25z square, we are just writing it in terms of 5z the whole square. Now let's go for the next term. So what is the next term? X plus. So now we have to split it. So before we split, let's write the identity over here. So we are going to use the identity here. Using identity a plus b plus c the whole square. So which identity is being used over here? It's a plus b plus c the whole square. This is equal to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So what's the expansion for a plus b plus c the whole square? It's a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. So we are just going to follow the identity, and we are just going to complete our terms. So we have got the first term a square, got the second term that is b square, got the third term that is c square. So now we have to write 2ab. So let's see how to write that. It's plus, okay, a, what's a? 3x, done. B, it's minus 4y, okay, plus 2bc, plus 2bc. So just write here plus 2. I just continue over here. 2b. What is b, children? It's minus 4y. What's c? It's 5z. Okay, done. Coming to the last term, what is that? 2ca. 2c. What's c? Yeah, it's 5z What is A? It's 3x. So let's check whether our answer, that is the answer and the question part tallies. Just check the answer. See here children. It's 3x the whole square, yes. So what you get when you open it, you get 9x square. So 3 square is 9, x the whole square is x square. So this term is present. Done. Coming to the next part, minus 4y the whole square. Okay, so minus 4 into minus 4 gives you 16y square. So I have a term here, 16y square. 5z the whole square. 5 5s are 25z square. So we have 25z square over here. Coming, let's check the fourth term here. 2 into 3, 6. 6 into minus 4, it's minus 24, yes. What are the variables here? X and y. So you get minus 24xy. Okay. Next, 2 into 4, 8. 8 into 5, 40. We have a minus sign over here. So you have minus 40. And see the variables here, it's y, z. So we have a term minus 40yz. Okay. Now let's just see one more term is left here. Yes. It's 2 5s are 10. 10 3s are 30. X and z is multiplied as xz. So what we have done is we have just adjusted the given question in such a manner so that it satisfies the identity a plus b plus c the whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. Just repeat the formula children. What's the formula for a plus b plus c the whole square? It's a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca. You can have ca or you can just write as ac. It's one and the same. So we can just keep it as ca, no problem. So just we have expanded our identity. So now we have to write the original identity. What's the identity over here? It's a plus b plus c. What's a children? It's 3x. What's b? It's minus 4y. So we can just have one more statement, no problem. I'll just write here plus of minus 4y. Then plus. What's c? 5z the whole square. So this can be written as 3x minus 4y plus 5z the whole square. But this is not the required answer. The question is to find the square root of the following. Yes. So you have to just mention here. Therefore, square root of 3x minus 4y plus 5z the whole square is equal to. See here children, the square and the square root term gets cancelled. So what is the required answer? 3x minus 4y plus 5z. So that's the answer. So the answer is 3x minus 4y plus 5z. And I have told you the answer will be written under the mod value. So you just insert your modulus sign. This is called as modulus. I have told you, yes. This is a modulus sign or you call it as absolute value sign. So mostly read it as mod of 3x minus 4y plus 5z, or you can just read it as absolute value of 3x minus 4y plus 5z. So question number 2, second subpart has been done. I hope the sum is clear to you. We have done the sum very slowly. I have just explained you step by step. So take down the question properly and just go with the steps carefully. Do not miss any signs. If you miss the sign, everything goes wrong. So be careful with the sign. Take down the sum. Have you taken down second subpart? Okay, now let's continue with the fourth subpart. Copy down the fourth subpart. It's 4x square minus 9x plus 2, 7x square minus 13x minus 2, 28x square minus 3x minus 1. Copy down the question. Fourths apart. 4x square minus 9x plus 2. 7x square minus 13x minus 2. 28x square minus 3x minus 1. Check the question. 4x square minus 9x plus 2. 7x square minus 13x minus 2. 28x square minus 3x minus 1. Okay, let's continue our sum. So before we go with the sum, let's factorize each term separately, each polynomial separately, and let's get the factors of it. So I'm just going to consider the first expression, that is 4x square minus 9x plus 2. And you're going to find the factors of it. So you are familiar with your T method. So we are going to use the T method over here, and we are going to get our answer. So use the T method. So when you use your T method, we have to multiply the coefficient of the first term and you have to take the constant term. So what is the coefficient of the first term here? It's 4. And what is the constant term here? It's 2. So multiply 4 and 2. So when you multiply 4 and 2, what do you get? Yes, you get 8. So it's 8 on the top of T. And what is the coefficient of the middle term? The coefficient of the middle term is minus 9. So now what's the next step, children? So we have drawn a T. We have taken 8 on the top of T. We have taken minus 9 on the bottom of T. So from where do you get 8? You have to multiply the coefficient of the first term and you have to multiply the constant term. That is, we are multiplying 4 and 2. So we have got the top of T, that is 8. Then you have to take the coefficient of the middle term. What's the coefficient here? It's minus 9. So now we have to deal with 2 more. So we have to find 2 more numbers. So how we are going to do it? So it's write 8. We're going to express 8 as a product of 2 numbers. So 8 can be written as 1 into 8, 2 into 4. Enough. Do not write 4 into 2. It becomes the same. So just stop in 2 into 4. So you get 1 into 8 and 2 into 4. So the next step is we have to choose the proper combination that gives you the product 8 and the sum as 9. So which number can be chosen here, children? Yes, we can take the first part, that is we can choose the number 1 and 8. Now let's check whether it satisfies the product and the sum. So if I write here 1 and if I take here 8, let's check the answer, children. See, 1 8s are 8. Okay, done. First part is done. 1 plus 8, 9. Okay, so I get the sum as 9. But here one more thing is we have to get the sum as minus sign. But here the sum is plus 9. That is when if I take 1 and 8, I get the sum as plus 9. So what are you going to do is you're just going to change the sign. So it is minus 1 minus 8. Let's check our answer once again. So minus 1 into minus 8 gives you plus 8. Minus 1 minus 8 gives you minus 9. So okay, so we have found our factors. That is, it is minus 1 minus 8. Yes, you remember one more step here, children. So we have to follow one more step. That is, we have to divide by the number 4. Why are we dividing by 4? Because the coefficient of x square is 4. If we have the coefficient 1, we can just take the numbers directly. But here we have a number other than 1. So what we are going to do? We have to divide by 4. So divide by 4, divide by 4. Okay. So minus 1 by 4, we cannot do anything to it. So just keep that as it is. Coming to minus 8 by 4. So you get here minus 2. So what's the variable used here, children? It's x. So x minus 1 by 4, x minus 2. So x minus 1 by 4 will be written as 4x minus 1, and x minus 2 will be written as x minus 2. So we have factorized the first part, that is 4x square minus 9x plus 2 turns out to be 4x minus 1 x minus 2. So I have done the first part. Now you try out the second and the third part. 7x square minus 13x minus 2. So you try out using T method and get me the factors. Okay, so have you started with the T method? Okay, let's see the step. So I'll just draw a T method over here, okay? So what do you get when you multiply the coefficient of the first term and the constant term? So here we have 7, here it's minus 2. So when I multiply 7 and minus 2, I get the answer as minus 14. And what is the coefficient of the middle term? Yes, it's minus 13. So right here minus 13. So we have to choose here two numbers. Yes, children? So let's choose two numbers here. So minus 14, or don't take the sign, just take 14. So how can 14 be expressed as? 1 into 14, 2 into 7. Let's try to choose a proper combination. Let's take the first combination. See here. So 1 and 14, the product of 1 and 14 is 14. If I change the sign, I get the sum as 13. So let's see what are the signs to be inserted over here. So I'll take the combination as 1 and 14. So I need here minus 13. That means the sign of the bigger number is minus. So 1 into minus 14 gives you minus 14. And 1 minus 14 is minus 13. Just let me explain you once again. So 14 is expressed as 1 into 14, 2 into 7. So I am just choosing the first combination because from the first combination I get the product as 14 and the sum as 13. Only the thing is we have to insert the signs over there. So what's the sign we are doing here? We are just keeping the sign. See 1 into minus 14. For the sum part, the answer is minus 13. Yes? So the bigger number should contain a minus sign. So 1 minus 14 gives you minus 13. 1 into minus 14 is minus 14. So now what's the variable used here? It's x. Before we use the variable, just see the coefficient of x square. What's the coefficient of x square? It's 7. So we have to divide by 7. Divide by 7. So what do you get here? X plus 1 by 7. And this is 2. Yes, minus 2. X minus 2. So this is 7x plus 1. X minus 2. This is equal to 7x plus 1 x minus 2. Taken down. So we have factorized the first part. We got the answer is 4x minus 1 x minus 2. From the second part we have got the factors as 7x plus 1 x minus 2. Let's go for the third part. What is the third part? It's 28x square minus 3x minus 1. Let's factorize it using T method. So just have a T here, write here T. Take the first term coefficient, that is 28, and take the constant term, that is minus 1. So you get here minus 28. Take the coefficient of the middle term, that is minus 3. Okay, done. So we have done two things. That is, one, we have filled the top of T and we have filled the bottom of T. Now you have to express 28 as a product of two numbers. Let us express it. So 28 is equal to 1 into 28. Okay, done. Next one, 2 into 14. Okay. Next, 3 we don't have in table of 3. Yes. So we have to go for 4. 4 7s are 28. So let's stop over here And now let's try to place the proper combination. So if I take 1 and 28, I don't get the number 3. Similarly, if I take 2 and 14, again I'm not going to get 3. But if I take 4 and 7, I will get the answer 3. So you have to just fill here 4 and 7. Now the one important thing is to insert the sign. The sum part is minus 3. That means the sign of the bigger number should be minus. So just insert a minus sign for the bigger number. That is for 7. So you get 4 and minus 7. The next thing is we have to divide the numbers by the coefficient of x square. What's the coefficient of x square? 28. So divide by 28. Okay. Okay, here also I divided. So 4 ones are 4 sevens are. 7 ones are 7 fours are. So what is left here? 1 upon 7. Here minus 1 upon 4. What's the variable used here? It's x. X plus 1 by 7. X minus 1 by 4. So what do you get? 7x. Just cross multiply. 7x plus 1. 4x minus 1. So we have factorized all the three parts. That is, we have factorized 4x square minus 9x plus 2. 7x square minus 13x minus 2. And also 28x square minus 3x minus 1. So we have got all the factors. So now we are going to assemble everything together and we are going to conclude our answer. Let's see how to find our answer. So therefore, square root of, I'll just continue over here. I hope that you have completed the first part. So I'll rub the first part. So remember the factors, children. So just we have noted down all the factors, yes? Okay. So I'll just rub here. So what I get here? This is therefore square root of 4x square minus 9x plus 2, 7x square minus 13x minus 2, 28x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to. What was the answer for 4x square minus 9x plus 2? What was the factors? It was 4x minus 1, x minus 2. And what was the factor for 7x square minus 13x minus 2? It was 7x plus 1, x minus 2. Yes. And what was the factor for 28x square minus 3x minus 1? 7x plus 1, 4x minus 1. Yes, just see here. 7x plus 1, 7x plus 1, 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 2. So we are having two same numbers, yes. So when it comes out of the square root sign, you just get the answer as 4. From 2, you are going to get 1. From 2, you are going to get 1. And from 2, 7x plus 1, you are going to get 1, 7x plus 1. So 4x minus 1, 7x plus 1, and what is left out? X minus 2. So this is the required answer. Yes, take down the sum. So we have got the square root of the given sum. So the square root is 4x minus 1, 7x plus 1, x minus 2. Okay. So now sum number 5 will be your homework. I'm just giving you one sum from this question number 2. See, question that's fifth subpart also deals with the same thing. I'll just explain to you how to do the fifth sum, and that will be continued by you. You have to complete your sum and you have to submit the sum as homework. So let's check how to go for, I'll just give you an idea. I'll just give you the hint how to continue with your sum. So fourth is been done, yes children? So I'll just rub the fourth sum. Okay. I'll just write out the fifth part here. Just see the question carefully. It's 2x square plus, do not get confused by looking at the sum. You may say, oh, it's a fraction is there, so much thing is there. But once we convert, just only one step, we have to just change. So when you change the step, two more steps we do, we get the sum in the same manner as fourth question. So it will be easy to do. So just see here, 2x square plus 17 upon 6x plus 1, 3 upon 2x square plus 4x plus 2. Four upon 3x square plus 11 upon 3x plus 2 plus 11 upon 3x plus 2. So this is the question. See the question, it's 2x square plus 17 upon 6x plus 1, 3 upon 2x square plus 4x plus 2, 4 upon 3x square plus 11 upon 3x plus 2. See, it's not possible to find the factors for this terms. Yes? So what we are going to do is, we are just going to take the LCM and you're going to convert in terms of a polynomial. So what do you get here, see? So here 6 is already present. So this term is not having the LCM. So we have to take the LCM. So what do you get here? 12x square plus 17x, because here 6 is there, so do not multiply by 6. Okay, so just for this term you have to multiply in this term. So 12x square plus 17x plus 6, done. Upon 6 is left. Okay children, so just keep the 6 as it is. Next here. See here, this term is having 2, yes, so we have to take the LCM for the second and the third. So it's 3 as it is, 3x square plus 2 into 4, it's 8x, 2 2s are 4. So plus 4 upon 2. So you get 3x square plus 8x plus 4. And coming for the last part, it's 4 upon 3x square plus 11 upon 3x plus 2. So here we have the denominator, here we have the denominator, and here only the denominator part is left. So we have to just take the LCM as 3. So it's 4x square plus 11x plus 2 3s are 6, because we need a denominator here 3 as children. So if I'm multiplying here by 3, the same thing should be multiplied here. So it becomes 6 upon 3. So you get 4x square plus 11x plus, what is that? 6. So we have simplified. So now what is your step? So you are just going to write this under the square. So you are going to find the factors for this part, find the factors for the second part, find the factors for the third part using your T method. So use your T method the same manner how we have proceeded our fourth part. Yes. So get your factors, then you have to multiply the denominator. What is the denominator? 6 into 2 into 3. So 6 2s are 12, 12 3s are 36. So your answer is in the format. So you have to write the answer, write the question under the square root. So you have to write the factors. You get 2 factors for this. You get 2 factors. You get 2 factors here. Yes. This work is done. Then upon 36 will be there. So here 2 pairs will be same. Again 2 pairs will be same. Again 2 pairs will be same. So from 6 pairs, 3 pairs will come out. And what is the square root of 36? It is 6. So 1 upon 6. And write the variables, because you have the answer with the variables. So that will be under the modulus sign. And 1 upon 6 will be written out of the modulus sign. So you can try out the fifth subpart as homework. So take down the homework. Do not miss your homework questions. Exercise 3.7, question number 2, fifth subpart is the homework. Exercise 3.7, question number 2, fifth subpart is your homework. Okay. So this was, I have told you that exercise 3 deals with finding square root using the factorization method. So we have used the factorization method and we have found the square root. And now we are going to continue with our exercise 3.8. And exercise 3.8 deals with finding the square root using division method. So you will be given a polynomial and you have to find the square root by the division method. So let's start our sum. Just we'll go with the sum. So take down exercise 3.8. Take down the question. Find the square root. Find the square root. Find the square root of the following polynomials by division method. Okay. Take the first subpart. X raised to 4 minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9. This is a very, very important question. This type of question will be asked for 5 marks. So you have to be, at least they may ask the questions from the book, from the exercise, or they may ask the questions from solved examples, or they may change the question. They may give you application questions. So you have to be thorough with the topic. So, so finding square root by division method is an important type of question which can be asked for 5 marks. So be thorough with your methods. Let's start with the first sum. Okay, so take down the question. Exercise 3.8, sum number 1, first subpart. It's finding square root by division method. X raised to 4 minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9. Be careful, children. I am just saying again, this is very important. We have to just, type of questions can be asked. It may be for application also. They may change the numbers, they may change the variables, and they may ask you to solve the sum. So you have to be clear with the methods. Just let's see how to start the sum. First is just draw a division line over here. Just take, I'll take little bigger, okay? You take a little bigger. Okay, so we have drawn a division line. Just check whether the polynomial is arranged in the standard form. You know what's the standard form is? Standard form is arranging in terms of highest power or in terms of lowest power. So we have the power 4, 3, 2, 1 and here 0. Nothing is here. So what's the power here? It's 0. So the highest degree is 4. The degree is 4 here. So you have to just arrange in highest power or you have to arrange in the increasing order. So let's write the polynomial as it is because it is in standard form. So x raised to 4. Why it is in standard form? Again I'm saying standard form is going, the order is in proper. It's a decreasing order. See here, the first power was 4, next is 3, next is 2, next is 1 here, and you don't have any number. So it's taken as 0. Anything raised to 0 is equal to 1. So what is the degree here? Or what is the power here? The power is 0. So the polynomial is in standard form. So write the polynomial x raised to 4 minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9. So this is the first step. So what we are going to do, first of all you check whether the numbers are in standard form. Yes, the numbers are in standard form. So we have written the number in the division format. Okay, now let's start with a sum. It's a very, very easy sum. Just a small, once you are clear with the concept, you can go on trying any type of question, whether it may be easy or it may be a complicated sum. So you are going to take the first term here. What's the first term here, children? It's x raised to 4. So take the square root of x raised to 4. X raised to 4 is x into x into x into x. So just the same number multiplied by itself. So what is the square root of x raised to 4? It is x square. Yes, so we have to just take the same number. So what's the number multiplied by itself? X square into x square. So x, what is the square root of x raised to 4? X square. Write it thrice. X square, x square. Take here plus. Okay, what is x square into x square? X square into x square is equal to x raised to 4. So I'll just put here minus x raised to 4. Take down the sum. Draw the lines carefully. Take the first part. That is, we have taken the square root of x raised to 4. We have written it thrice. That is, I have written as x square, x square, x square. Yes. Okay. So I have taken down the sum. So what is the first thing after writing the polynomial in the form of division? You have to take the square root of the first term. Only we are going to take the square root of the first term. Do not get confused for all the whole terms. Take the square root of the first term. What is the term over here? It's x raised to 4. What is the square root of x raised to 4? It's x square. So how many times we are writing x square? X square, x square, x square. So 3 times, okay? So now what we are going to do is add x square and x square. What is that? 2x square. I can just write over here. Just try to write down little this side so that, because we have to fill some more details over here. So when you write, so give some proper spacings and write, so that sum looks neat, okay? So once you see the sum, you will be, okay, we can just put, okay, the sum is correct. We can come to know whether your sums are correct or no. Okay, so I have just added this x square part. So x square plus x square gives you 2x square. Now x square into x square was x raised to 4. So I subtract. The main sign is minus, yes? In division we do minus. So x raised to 4, x raised to 4 gets cancelled. Is the first part clear, children? Okay. Suppose let me give you some example, children. If we have 9x square, what is the square root of 9x square? It's 3. What is the square root of x square? X square, na? X into x. So we have to take the same number. So it's x. What is the square root of 16? Y raised to 4. Square root of 16 is 4 into 4, 16, yes? And y raised to 4 is y square into y square. So it is 4y square. Getting the square root. So we have to just follow these methods and you have to go with the sum. So a square root of x raised to 4 was x square. So we have written in the quotient part and we have added here and we got the answer is 2x square. Now let's go for the next step. See the next step, children. Just write down whatever is left. What is left here? Minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9. So whatever was left, we have taken. There is a left out of polynomial is been written. Now what you are going to do? Take the first term and take the first term here. What's the answer here? It's 2x square. And what is the term here? Minus 12x cube. So you are going to divide it. Let's see how to divide. See here, children. It's minus 12x cube upon, what is here? 2x square, yes? So divide by 2x square. Do not get confused. It's very, very crucial step over here. I am just taking the first term. That's minus 12x cube upon 2x square. So cancel the variable square. Here we have 2x, here we have 3x. So this 2x goes off and here only 1x is left. Okay. Now we have here 2 ones are, 2 6s are. Then, so what is left, children? Minus 6x. Be careful when you insert. See, when I have got the quotient but x square, I have just written over here also, yes? Same manner we are going to write minus 6x also. Write here minus 6x, minus 6x. I'll write here minus 6x. Okay, is the step clear? So I got minus. From where do you get minus 6x? You have to take the first term, that is minus 12x cube, and you're going to take the first term from here, that's 2x square. So we have to divide it and you get the answer is minus 6x. So write minus 6x on the quotient part, then over here it's minus 6x, minus 6x. Let's simplify this part. So it's 2x square minus 6x gives you 12x minus 12x, minus 6 minus 12, and the variable is x. So I get 2x square minus 12x. Now let's complete a sum. Let's go with the sum. So here let's find the answer for it. 2x square minus 6s. Here we have to take this and take this. So what is 2x square minus 6x? 2x square minus 6x. What is the answer? It's minus 12. 2 into minus 6 is minus 12. X square into x. X cube. Now minus 6x into minus 6x. The first and this answer I multiplied. So you have to take the second term and the answer. So minus 6x into minus 6x plus 36x square. Are you clear, children? The first part is clear, yes? So first term was x raised to 4, yes? So what we have done, we have taken the square root of x raised to 4. What was the square root of x raised to 4? X square. So write x square 3 times on the quotient part, on the side part, x square, x square. You add x square, you get 2x square. Then what you have to do, you have to take down all the left out part. That is minus 12x cube, 42x square, 36x and 9. Now we have to proceed for the next step. So when you proceed for this next step, you have to take the first term here. What's the first term? Minus 12x cube upon 2x square. So divide it and what you get? Minus 6x. Now your work is to multiply this 2. That is 2x square minus 6x to be multiplied with this term. That is a new thing that you have got. Minus 6x. See what is the answer you get? 2x square into minus 6x. 2 into 6 is 12. 1 minus is there. So minus 12. X square into x. X cube. Okay, done. Minus minus plus 6 6 are 36. X into x, x square. So we have filled the second part. So now the main sign is minus. And when we have the main sign as minus, we have to change all the sign. So this turns to be plus. This turns to be minus. The minus changes to plus. The plus changes to minus. So now here it's minus 12 and plus 12. Just cancel it. 42 minus 36. What's the answer? It's 6x square. Take down the left out part. Minus 36x plus 9. Okay. Now again we have to follow the same step that we have done for the second part. You take the first term here. What's the first term here, children? Yes, it's 6x square. And what is the first term here? Do not take the second term, okay? Don't get confused. Just follow the same step. What's the first term here? 2x square. So divide, what do you get? X square gets cancelled. 2 ones are 2 3s are plus 3. Okay? X square. H is plus 3. Write this 3 here also. Plus 3. Enough. Actually, just keep here, okay? I just can mention here plus 3 also, no problem. Plus 3. Let's see here. So now what we have to do, we have to take this whole number, that is whole polynomial part, and you have to multiply by 3. So this is, see, I'm just writing here 2x square minus 12x plus 3 into 3. Let's go for the answer. 2x square into 3. 6x square. Done. Minus 12x into 3. Minus 36x. Plus 3 into 3. Plus 9. What is the main sign, children? The main sign is minus. So what we have to do? We have to change all the sign. Minus, plus, minus. So 6 minus 6 gets cancelled. Minus 36 plus 36 gets cancelled. Plus 9 minus 9 gets cancelled. So what's left here? 0. We just write here 2x square minus 12x plus 6. So we have arrived for the remainder part as 0. So we complete our division step and now we have to write our final answer. So let's write the final answer. Therefore, square root of x raised to 4 minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9 is equal to mod of x square minus 6x plus 3. So this is the required answer. I hope the sum is clear to you. The sum looks complicated, but it's a very, very easy sum once you understand the concept. Just have a small recap once again. See here, the polynomial, when polynomial is given to you, first of all, you have to check whether the polynomial is in standard form. Yes, it is in standard form because the orders are increasing. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, and so on. Go 0. So you put a division and you just write the polynomial. You have to take the square root of the first term. So the square root of x raised to 4 is x square. So write it thrice on the quotient part and on the left part. That is x square, x square. When you add this, you get 2x square. Then you just cancel it. This get cancelled, yes. So now, how you get this 6x? You have to take the first part, the first term, and take the first term. You have to divide this. So when you divide it, see, minus 12x cube, 2x square. So when you divide it, you get minus 6x. So write it thrice again. Then you get 2x square minus 12x. Try to multiply 2x square minus 6x with minus 6x and you get a new polynomial. So arrange it properly. You have to take the main sign as minus. When you take the main sign as minus, you have to change the sign. So minus turns to be positive, positive turns to be negative. So it gets cancelled. Your 42 minus 36 gives you 6x square. Again the same step we have to follow. Take the first term, take the first term. Divide the first term and the first term. So a 6x square upon 2x square gives you 3. It's plus 3. So you have to multiply the whole part with 3. So when you're writing here 3, write here also 3. So without writing here 3, everything goes on wrong. Okay, so be careful. So when you write here 3, write here 2 times 3. So 2x square minus 12x plus 3. So multiply by 3. So when you multiply by 3, you get 6x square minus 36x plus 9. The main sign is minus, so you have to change all the sign. So it is minus plus minus and you get the answer as 0. So what is the final answer? Therefore, square root of x raised to 4 minus 12x cube plus 42x square minus 36x plus 9 is equal to mod of x square plus 6x plus 3. The first subpart has been done. You have to just do the second subpart. So follow the, you have to just arrange the second subpart. The polynomials, the terms are not arranged in order. So arrange the terms in order and accordingly you have to go with the sum. So your homework is exercise 3.8, sum number 1, subpart 2. Only the second subpart, okay. Third sum, I'll be continuing in the next class. So complete your homework sums. So only 2 sums I have given you. One is from factorization method and one is from division method. So solve the sum again and again. Just do it twice, do it thrice so that you are being clear with the concept. So try your sum. We will meet in the next class.